What's up guys, I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never and welcome back to another one of my videos. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start off with our technical analysis update. So this is actually Bitcoin on the daily time frame, and there are two main ideas that I want you guys to watch. So option number one is that Bitcoin continues filling out this bull flag and then we potentially get a breakout from here. If we see this flag hold above the 21-day moving average, which is the white line right here, then expect a breakout to potentially happen. However, option number two is that we lose this bull flag. And I think that losing the bull flag might be a little bit more likely because the stochastics are already extremely overbought. Oftentimes when you're looking for a bull flag to break out, you want to see oversold stochastics. That's not the case yet. Now, I'm not saying that the stochastics can't reset, but again, if we lose the 21-day, then it's not likely that we break out. Now, the main option that I'm watching right now is to see if price action can fill out an inverted head and shoulder pattern. And based on the stochastics, this seems more likely. We already have the left shoulder, we have the head. If we can fill out a right shoulder, then these patterns are usually very bullish. What is very important to see is that price action puts in a higher low. We do not want to see a daily candle close beneath $76,244. If we put in a lower low, then you can probably expect more downside from a macro standpoint. But if we can actually put in a higher low, this could be a legitimate reversal pattern. This could be exactly what we were looking for. So a higher low is very important. Unfortunately, this does take time to actually play out though, so we probably won't know until next week. But that's basically what I'm watching on the daily time frame right now. I still want to be crystal clear about the bigger picture though, which is why I like showing you guys the weekly time frame. This is why I remain extremely bullish on Bitcoin. So the first thing I'm noticing about the weekly time frame right now is a support and resistance flip. Previous resistance then becomes support. Not to mention we wicked beneath the 50-day moving average and still closed above that level. And the candle that wicked beneath the 50-day closed as a bullish engulfing candle. These are the exact kind of things that we want to see when we're looking for a breakout. And you pair this with the fact that the stochastics are extremely oversold. Go back and look through Bitcoin's history at oversold stochastics. Even during bear markets, we still get some sort of a bounce. When you're in a bull run, it's usually a very strong breakout. And if I pair this with the fact that the global liquidity is increasing, it makes me even more bullish. The global liquidity usually front runs breakouts. Local top on the global liquidity, we break out later. Local top on the global liquidity, we break out later. Another local top, another massive explosion. Global liquidity is breaking out right now, but we haven't seen the price breakout. Is it guaranteed that we see it? No, but most of the time it does happen. And believe me, I understand it's not popular to have a bullish opinion right now. Most people think we're in a recession, but I do not believe that at all. And I think we're going to see a Bitcoin explosion sooner rather than later. Again, though, this is the weekly time frame, so this does take time to actually play out. This is not something where I'm saying I'm expecting a breakout tomorrow. There's a chance that this could take until the next FOMC meeting or the middle of May. But regardless, the weekly time frame right now does look very good. Obviously, anything can change, especially if we get some crazy macro news. But as long as we hold above this previous high, then I'm going to be bullish on the weekly. Now, I'm not really going to go over Ethereum very long, but I just want to point out that Ethereum is basically still in a falling knife on the weekly time frame. If we see Bitcoin break out, then I would expect Ethereum to get some sort of a breakout as well. The main level that we're watching on Ethereum right now is the 200-week moving average. This yellow line is extremely important for Ethereum to reclaim. Now, what's interesting about Ethereum, though, is we have some crazy news. For the first time ever, stablecoin transaction volume has surpassed Visa's payment volume, and 95% of it is settled on Ethereum. And I also showed you guys in one of my previous videos that the amount of stablecoins on Ethereum right now is at an all-time high. There is so much money sitting on the sideline right now ready to invest in the Ethereum ecosystem after Ethereum breaks out. But the reality right now is that Bitcoin dominance and stablecoin dominance is extremely high. That means that a lot of people are looking for safety in the market. They're not doing risk on assets. And that's why it's important to also understand that quantitative tightening is coming to an end. Quantitative tightening is what has been terrible for risk on assets. Now, it doesn't mean that quantitative easing is going to start right away, but the ending of quantitative tightening is bullish. So you have the end of quantitative tightening and M2 global liquidity increasing. That's exactly what you want to see. Not to mention Ethereum also has its Pectra upgrade coming out on May 7th. There's absolutely a reality where we do get a massive altcoin season. When you look at Turbo right now, it's honestly still just following Ethereum. Turbo's back to a $123 million market cap. And I will point out, in general, Turbo has been holding up pretty well. What we would like to see with Turbo right now, similar to Bitcoin, similar to Ethereum, we want to see a higher low. If we come in and put in lower lows, then expect more downside, plain and simple. That means that the downtrend is not over. But if we can see a higher low, then it could absolutely signal a reversal, especially if we do see Bitcoin actually get the breakout. When I look at the TurboX account, I still really like what they're doing. They're engaging with their community every single day. This is always very important to see because a lot of projects out there don't do this. A lot of projects out there will only post whenever it's a bullish day. You want to see projects that are committed even during a downtrend. And again, I can't be any more clear about Turbo right now. The reality is that we can't expect a Turbo breakout until Ethereum actually breaks out. Ethereum is by far the most important asset for Turbo. Bitcoin can break out all day, and yes, it will have a positive impact on Turbo, but Ethereum is way more important. Turbo is an ERC20. It is built on the Ethereum ecosystem. So make sure you guys understand the position that Ethereum is in right now. But honestly, there's not a whole lot to talk about today for Turbo specifically. But if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting in a project super early like Turbo, then I also recommend taking a look at my Discord. We've been making huge gains in here this entire bull run. As a lot of you guys know, my Discord's around 1 year old and we've already called 6 different 200x projects as a community. And market conditions will turn around again. Make sure you guys are positioned correctly. So if this is the kind of community that you wish to be a part of, you'll find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments whether or not you guys are still bullish on Turbo long term. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.